Hi, this is Ms. Hadi, and this is FAQ number 7. What are the themes of the class? So both AP World History Modern and Ancient World History, there will be certain ideas we're going to look at across regions. So whether we're studying North America or Southwest Asia, we're going to be looking at the same sorts of topics. These are called themes, and these come from the course exam description, although I'm going to link to a handout that I think will really help you. So I'm going to try to present, and hopefully you can see this. So there is a paper that I'm going to give you that you can refer to, but again, these come from the course exam description. If you were to click on this link, which I've already clicked on, it would take you again to the course exam description, which I showed you in an earlier video, which you could find but just by Googling AP World History Modern CED. Go to page 26 of 234. You can see that up here at the top where the browser mouse cursor is moving, and you can read the themes here at length. So the first theme is with environments, humans in the environment. It's called ENV for short. So the environment shapes human societies. You guys can read on your own, so you can read this by yourself. But basically, anytime you see the environment affecting humans in any society, you're going to want to take note of that. And I'm going to show you a certain way of taking notes called an inspect chart, where each of the letters stands for something. So in the word inspect stands for interactions between humans and the environment, which is going to be this one. So for example, plagues, or if there's deforestation or something that might affect human societies, we're going to note that. Theme 2 is cultural developments and interactions. So looking at culture can include a lot of things. It can include religion, art, it can include languages, traditions, all of those things we're going to pay attention to, especially if we see things that are similar or different across different regions. We want to see if there are things that are similar. We want to see if they diffuse or spread out from a certain area, or if they blend or mix together. That's called syncretism. Theme 3 is governance. So this is specific to a state, and not a state the way we think of in the United States of America, where we think about the state of California. When I say state in my class or in our class as Mr. Hammond and Mrs. Rogeson, we're talking about the political framework in general. So a state in some time periods in history might be a tiny city where the city is autonomous. That means it's independent. It rules itself. It might be called a city-state. Or the state might be the entire United States of America. So it looks like I froze for a second. But the entire United States of America is a state. Or Mexico is a state. So we're going to look at laws, how they maintain order, institutions, how they tax. Tax can go under this theme or under economic systems. So theme number 4, economic systems. That has to do with the ways societies produce, exchange, and consume goods, which are things that they trade, and services. So there are all kinds of economic systems. Your teachers will go over that, but think about things like currency. What are they using? Do they use cowrie shells to trade? Do they use different like silver bullion? What do they use to trade? What are they trading? With whom are they trading? Is there maritime trade over the water? Is it land-based trade over roads? Does the government help with that trade by building roads? So think about all of these things and any similarities that you see. Social interactions and organization has to do with societies. I want you to think about 3 things when it comes to this theme. I want you to think about families, because that's one of the first societies that helps you, support you. So it's a social grouping. So society, like social, has to do with groups of people. So the first grouping I want you to think of is family. Do they have a nuclear family? So it's just small, mom, dad, the kids, or is it extended? You see a lot of aunts, uncles, other parts of the family. Do they live with them? So first group I want you to think of is look at the family. Second group I want you to think of is gender. What kind of ideas does that society have for women and men and other? Throughout history, there are all kinds of other categories. And so we want to look at that. What are the expectations of that gender? What kinds of roles do they do? And what place do they have in society? So number 2 is gender. And number 3, the other kind of grouping has to do with class. Not class like history class like what kind of occupation do you do in life? And what economic position do you have in life based on that? So think about, like, are there, chimney sweeps? Are there janitors? Are there teachers? Like, obviously, throughout history, you don't have those same kinds of roles. But what are the different groupings based on occupation? So the 3 main groupings you're going to look at: family, gender, occupation. Okay, and then how do they interact? And the last one is new as of last year. It was always there, but they put it into its own separate category, and that's technology. You might not think of technology the way that you're used to. It might be something as simple as paper to write things down, or scissors. And the last thing I'm going to show you is that chart that I've organized with more information for you. You can click on it from the PowerPoint, and you can also ask your teacher for it, but it has the explanation I've talked about in more complex language and then simplified. I hope that helps you understand the themes. Inspect chart: interactions between humans and the environment, social, political, economic, cultural, and technology. Thank you very much.